Basketball season is heating up, and with Subway, the madness is even better. Get your hands on their fresh takes on Italian, like the chicken pizzaiolo melt or meatball pepperoni melt. Subway. Eat fresh.
The BS Report is a free-flowing conversation that occasionally touches on mature subjects.
First of all,
This is the BS Report with Bill Simmons.
it might be cool, I don't know. And if it's not, I don't
The
care.
BS Report with Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons works for ESPN. He's also named the sports guy, and he writes a comical sports column. He must be a popular dude.
The BS Report.
It's got a real dirty sound, like a rusty steak knife cutting through a well-aged steak.
Now.
Here's Bill Simmons.
Welcome to BS Report, taping this on a Monday afternoon for Tuesday. I'm joined by 3 Grantland staff members. The czar of reality TV, David Jacoby.
Hello.
J. Caspian Kang.
Hello.
Mark Lisanti.
Hello.
You run our Hollywood Perspectives blog.
I do.
Jay has written some American Idol stuff from time to time.
Yes, I have.
I watch American Idol.
I don't.
Jacoby doesn't watch it.
You're
but
the natural choice to join us in this.
You're like the control. Reality TV is my corner, and I need to maintain it.
Every fantasy draft has one guy who doesn't really know a lot, but somehow ends up either winning or finishing second, and this year it's probably going to be you. Anyway, here's what we thought we would do. We were having an office debate about American Idol judges and who would be the perfect judge and what they should do. Should they blow up the show? How much should they spend? And it just kind of kept going and going, and Jay just always manages to get condescending about it because he feels like he's Mr. Idol and he won't accept any other suggestions other than his. So we finally decided, screw it. We're going to have a fantasy draft.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to go 6 rounds. 6 rounds or 7?
6 rounds.
6 rounds. So you can draft 3 or 4 judges. You can draft 1 or 2 coaches. And then you can have a wild card pick. That could be anything. It could be a sideline reporter. It could be a Ryan Seacrest replacement. It could be some job we don't even know what it is. Some person in the rafters who just jumps out. Like, you can be whatever you want. And everybody is fair play, including J-Lo. So J-Lo might not get drafted today.
I'd guess that J-Lo's not going to get drafted.
You're guessing J-Lo's not going to get drafted?
I think the 4 of us are just going to let her go by the wayside.
Well, see,
That's gamesmanship right there.
that is gamesmanship.
Yeah, that's gamesmanship.
Cross her off your lists.
That's gamesmanship.
I don't know what you're saying.
But the idea is you walk away with a full show.
Yeah.
So each person in this room will walk away with a fully staffed show.
And money is no object.
Yeah. And we'll let listeners decide who wins.
The only object is the baseline feasibility of getting that person on the show.
Which we decided that if somebody makes a pick and we decide that it's not a totally feasible choice, the other 3 people get to vote on whether it's feasible. Yeah. So if I pick Tupac Shakur, the 3 of you can come in and say, no, he's not alive. Then I would say, no, he is alive. He lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. And you'd say, no, he isn't. Prove it.
I heard it was Cuba, but yeah.
Cuba, whatever.
Yeah.
And we go from there. So anyway, we did a random draft order, or whatever you call it. Mark Lisanti went to GiveMeTheNumber1Pick.com. They did. So he
It
is
works.
number 1 pick.
Try it.
Yeah, you're very familiar with that site.
Yeah,
Bill?
I know that site well. I had 2. Kang has 3. You have Snake Fashion 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is we're going to end up with a team. Once somebody is selected, you cannot pick that person.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see who has the best team. And Jay's going to vote for himself regardless of how this plays out. So just be prepared.
Sideline reporter.
Are we going to do team names or no?
I think that we're too far into this.
We're too deep. Okay.
Yeah.
So first pick, Mark Lisanti.
Well, here's the burden of having the first overall pick. You know, are you going to be the guy who picks the Albert Pujols, or are you going to be the guy who wants to be a little smarter than the room and just you know, get cute with it? Pick the Ryan Braun, the Hanley Ramirez, the whoever in that particular year. I'm not going to get too smart with it. I'm going to go with, I think, is probably the most obvious pick that was shouted out in the office earlier. Not by me, by you. It's a guy who is unquestioned superstar, a guy who is unquestionably insane.
Ooh.
He's a personality. He's huge. He's an A-lister. Musical superstar. Twitter superstar. One half of the throne. Kanye West with the number 1 overall pick.
What?
Solid pick.
Probably obvious, but
Madison Square Garden is happy
All right.
with that pick.
He's gonna get bored by week 2 and then just start mailing it in every single week.
He will not be bored. He'll be thinking about what he's going to wear in week 3.
he's an opinionated guy. I think he stays engaged long enough. I think we're also going into the assumption that
first of all,
if you could get him, he's going to be in it.
Will he be drunk every single episode? Because the only time he's ever done.
Whoa.
Does he have a drinking problem? I'm unaware of this. If that's a problem.
Shots fired.
Cavassier, what is he going to drink? Cavassier in the stage?
But that was the whole Taylor Swift thing, right? He was supposed to be extremely intoxicated when he went up on stage with her.
That's great, but that has nothing to do with his performance as an idol judge.
Jacoby's
He's gonna be
extremely
sitting behind the
intoxicated
table.
right now.
Yeah.
I like the Kanye pick.
It's the first.
Here's the thing: how many Twitter followers does he have?
Oh, something like 3 million? 4 million?
Yeah,
he's up there. I think he's like in the top 10.
Really?
The Twitter thing is a big thing. Like, you're pushing people toward the show, like at 7:59. You're getting a couple extra million people.
Kanye brings a lot more to the table than his Twitter
No, I'm
followers.
just saying.
That's
I
just
mean,
part
the
of it.
man's insane. Like, he's
Look, when you
liable
pick-
to do anything. There's one important thing about staffing a show like this is the anything can happenness of the show. That's one thing that Idol lacks for me, is that it doesn't have enough anything can happen juice. And Kanye brings a lot of that. You will tune in just because Kanye might eat a live chicken. He might do that.
No, he won't.
Nah, he won't eat a live chicken.
He probably wouldn't.
I actually think Kanye is kind of boring, secretly.
He might bring a
Yeah.
live chicken.
You want to think he's exciting, but you actually, like, if you listen to what he says and stuff, like, the only time he's interesting is when he doesn't get an award in an award show.
Yeah, and that was the time when he was really drunk. But outside of that, he hasn't done anything.
Well, I love him as number 1 overall because he's bringing all these things to the table. He's got the Twitter followers.
But,
He's
like,
got the music
he has, like,
career.
1/5
He's
of
got
jobs.
the insanity. He's got the opinions. You know, he's going to be interesting. He's the whole package. I don't think there's a single better pick than any of you are going to make.
Good
in this
pick.
first round.
Anyone who says it's a bad pick,
This
it's
is
just-
kind of a
you're
bulletproof
just- yeah.
pick.
It's
kind of
it is.
bulletproof.
It's a good pick.
It was the
I know that you
Pujols
guys
of
want to
picks.
poke holes in this.
It was
pick.
obvious.
There
a good
are
pick.
people who don't live on the coast who probably don't
Here we
even
go.
know who Kanye West
Well,
is.
he's from Chicago, so there's that.
All right, number 2 pick, first round. I'm taking somebody that he's an actor. He's a singer. He's a comedian.
Okay.
He's somebody that has a comedy background. He's somebody that has won an Oscar
Did you
Really?
in his past.
We want
Did you
Tracy
write
Morgan.
Did you write a column about this man?
I did not.
Okay.
He's somebody that fancies himself as some sort of a musical entity.
Tom Hanks.
Mr. Jamie Foxx.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right, Jamie Foxx.
He's been on the show before.
I think
He
he'd
was
be good.
pretty good.
I think he'd be good. And I think he gives you the unpredictability. He gives you the sense of humor, which that show is just lost completely, unless Steven Tyler's doing something idiotic. You guys like this pick. There's like that
do like
jealous
this
pick. I will
silence
say
right
one
now.
I
thing,
do
though.
like this
Jealous
pick.
silence.
This
I like
one
that
escaped me.
He's become kind of
I couldn't have taken him 1 overall, but I like it.
He's become sort of a. He's become kind of an arrogant jerk recently.
Good.
Oh,
that
that's-
helps
yeah,
the show. I like that.
The big plus.
I like him.
That's a big.
Yeah,
why
And
is
it
that a
turns
big
into a
plus?
whole, what does Jamie
Watchability.
Foxx know? He's a comedian.
Watchability.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What does Jamie Foxx know? He's a comedian. Why
Every
does
week he
thinks
demands to do blame it on the alcohol.
Drunk.
All right, Kang, you're up.
It's a good pick.
All right.
You're a jerk.
This is. I can't believe this person fell to me. This really. I'm benefiting from the fact that we have no salary cap here. Maybe the most famous person in America. Currently not really doing much except sitting in.
Coney.
What?
Oh, I know who you're going for now.
Yeah.
With the salary cap.
Has an acting background.
I know
Has some
this.
musical background. The best pick so far is Oprah Winfrey.
Whoa!
Oh, you can't beat that. Oprah.
She might.
She would bring in so many viewers.
Oprah Winfrey.
That was
That's
my first pick. There was a circle and a star next to Oprah, and I was picking next.
Yes.
That's a good pick.
It's a very. I mean, I do want to argue it's infeasible that she would do this, but considering she was starred and circled on my list, I can't even make that case.
Can I go devil's advocate?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the Ellen DeGeneres season. I think if somebody doesn't have any semblance of a music background at all, the audience just instinctively resents him the same way on Monday Night Football when Dennis Miller and Tony Kornheiser were in there. There was this invisible barrier they couldn't cross because every time they said anything analytical,
what do you
people
know?
are like, yeah, it's like, well, what do you
Here's
know?
the thing with Oprah.
Yeah.
I bet you secretly she has the best singing voice in the world. She just doesn't give it to us. She hasn't brought it to us yet. Nothing's kind of out of her reach.
There's a lot of things she has.
Here's my thing with Oprah. Too nice. I just don't see her really embarrassing somebody on national television the way that you have to.
Here's the thing, though. You can balance that on your team otherwise.
Well, that's not my problem because I don't have her anymore.
No, but she did that with that guy who wrote the
James
memoir.
Fry.
Yeah, she can just treat bad
She can lay
singers
the
like
smack down.
they fabricated their memoirs. You know, she actually did humiliate him on national TV.
I think you'd also now you have to draft Gale in the 5th or 6th round because they're a package deal.
As a reminder.
That's your wild card pick now, unfortunately. So that was a 2-pick pick. Dave Jacoby, you have 4 and 5.
I do.
Last pick of the first round, first pick of the second round.
Now, when you have 4 and 5 in the snake draft, it's a funny place to be because I'm basically building 1/3 of my entire team right here and right now.
Picks.
So what you have to do is you have to consider star power. You have to consider the chemistry between these people is important too. You're not picking these people in a vacuum. My first pick is arguably more famous than Oprah. I would say more recognizable internationally than Oprah. I would say one of the most recognizable people that's ever walked the planet Earth across all history. A young woman
I thought it was going to be Jesus.
with one name, born from the club scene in New York City in the early 80s.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Madonna.
That's pretty good.
Poke a hole.
I'd rather have Lady Gaga.
I think she's going to be polite and boring.
Really good.
What, you're giving away picks. What are you doing? You have to do
picking a mix.
have to do a shot right now.
We're not allowed to mention the names.
Where's the Jaeger?
Here's what I
No,
like.
people haven't been picked yet.
That's the only hole I can shoot in Madonna.
I think it would be fun
There's a
to
younger,
hear the
better
British
version of her.
accent and just. It's like two seasons of shows, just us commenting on the British accent the whole time.
Oh, I'm not done.
Yeah. No, we're not done dissecting.
I'm not done.
Madonna.
She's going to be too mannered.
Give me a second. Let me make my second pick, and then you.
Okay.
All right.
Because you have to consider
Sure,
how
okay.
these people will work together. You mentioned the British accent. Now, this person is known as one of the greatest musicians of our time.
Oh, no, don't pick
Has
my
a
guy.
public beef with Madonna, so there'll be baked-in tension right there on the set at the judges' table every single time. So if you think Madonna's too married, she's too nice, guess what? One of her frenemies is right there next to her, Sir Elton John.
Yeah.
Madonna, Elton John.
Wait, what's the Madonna Elton John beef?
They have beef.
Oh.
I like Elton John. He was on my list. Also, have they had a
It was
gay
too
judge
obvious
yet?
for my list.
Hold snarky comments.
Yeah.
They have not had a gay judge yet.
I don't
Well,
know.
Ellen.
I mean,
Oh, Ellen. I guess she counts. Being one of the most famous gay people ever. Yeah, Ellen John's interesting because he could get a little snarky, he could get a little bitchy.
He also was when they had
been on the
LaToya London and Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson in bottom 3 when he was guest judging.
Yeah.
He said that America's too racist to hold a singing contest.
He
is he eligible
Yeah.
as a previous guest judge?
Yeah. So that's good. I mean, that stirred up a lot of controversy, I remember.
Plus, he dresses weird. He certainly has the credibility. Like, if Elton John says, I don't like the blank, you take it seriously.
All right, Jacoby, one question, though.
All right.
Like, everyone in this room right now is over the age of 30.
Yeah.
Fair.
Do you think that a 16 to 22-year-old
Great
person
question.
cares about Elton John and Madonna?
Great question.
Yes.
Okay. Good rebuttal. Strong rebuttal.
Good answer. All right. I'm actually going to stay in that decade and go with somebody who could be a flaming disaster, but I think it's worth the risk because of the whole mysterious part, the crazy part, the unpredictability, and certainly perhaps the most musical credibility of anybody living right now. And I'm going to go ahead and pair Oprah with Prince.
Let's be honest. He was
Stunned silence again.
He was on everybody's list.
It's on my list, but When was the
He
last
was
time?
not on my list.
When was the
But
last time he had a personality?
I think it's a great pick.
It's quiet. I think he's quiet.
He's full of personality, quietly.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at the Charlie Murphy story thing.
He didn't say a word in the Charlie Murphy story.
I've
thing.
never seen him be interesting in any way in an interview.
You don't think that it'd be interesting if he said like if he would say like 3 words every single time, and then you would have to decipher what he was talking about?
Name the iconic Prince soundbite.
It's the smirk when Apollonia took her shirt off in Purple Rain.
It sounds like this. That's it. That's all
I
you
don't
need
know.
for
I don't know
Prince.
about your team chemistry,
It's
Kang.
a risk.
Oprah and
It's
Prince.
a risk.
Who's the glue guy in that team?
I'm coming up with it next.
Oprah and Prince. I don't know. I don't like it.
Oprah?
Now I don't like it. Now
I gotta say,
I'm
I'm a fan of Team Kang so far.
All right,
Those
thank
are
you.
good. Those are good picks. I'm not gonna shoot holes in them.
All right, Bunsen. Wait, who's
No,
up?
back to Bill.
Bill.
Oh, it's Bill.
All right, it's too early for my next pick. You know, I let this guy go the first time around because I figured I could get him on the way back. I think that he's also much like my first pick, an actor and a singer. Somebody who's had a lot of comedic moments. Somebody who is a gigantic superstar in his own brand. Somebody who, unlike Mr. Jacoby's team, could actually appeal to people under 45. And like Mr. Kang's team as well. I care about ratings as much as a good show. That's why I'm bringing in one of the co-writers of Dick in the Box, Mr. Justin Timberlake. And I'm going to team him up with Jamie Foxx. And that is a show that girls are going to watch. Thank you.
We're doing American Idol, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Justin Timberlake and Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
All right.
Those are my first 2 guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Neither of them are music first talents.
Justin Timberlake is.
No, not anymore, buddy.
He's kind of
He
retired
was.
the singing career,
He's
but
retired the singing career.
originally known for the
Come
music.
on.
What do you mean, come on?
That's the wrong way to attack that pick.
You attack it, Bunsen.
A lot of the luster
great
is
pick.
coming off Tim. Like
Yeah,
all his
I-
movies flop. People
Only
don't-
because of the movies. No, the one movie with Mila Kunis didn't flop.
What was Friends with Benefits?
Yeah, that did all right.
What? Where?
Did all right.
On
Have all four of us have seen it.
an airplane.
I have seen it.
I want to meet anybody who hasn't seen that movie at this point. We've all seen it.
I've seen it because I was trapped inside of a tin can for 6 hours
I
and
haven't
they
seen
played
it.
it.
Wow, I don't care.
I see everything and I haven't seen it.
I think he's a star.
But do you think that he's a comedic star, like a comedic movie star?
This is one of the reasons I like this pick. I think this show needs to evolve and not become the same stale formulaic show where they only have the same 200 songs that they pick from and the beats are the exact same week after week. I think you need to, if you're going to have these judges, you actually need to use them beyond just the show. Maybe shoot a couple bits with them, have them interact with the people,
Have them
so on and
perform.
so on, have them perform. They could sing, they could fill in little time things, like make the show more fun.
I will say, if you could somehow parlay that into Justin Timberlake resurrecting his music career on Idol in a live performance and like releasing a new single, that would be a huge ratings.
Couldn't you see him and Jamie Foxx wearing expensive glasses and just trying to outdouche each other, basically?
Your panel might be a little too satisfied and smug.
Good.
Yeah.
So is Simon.
Bad chemistry for with 2 of them. One of
So
them
is
okay,
Simon.
but
That's
2 of
why
them,
my third pick is going to be so
Also, a
crucial.
lot of dudes.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes.
Can we bake in a Lethal Weapon remake into their contracts?
Yes.
Okay.
A bad one.
Good. All right, then I'm on board.
A really bad 48 Hours ripoff.
Now here's how I'm going to attack that pick.
Okay.
Because as you were giving your preamble to that pick, here's who I thought you were going to pick. And now I'm zigzagging to pick this guy up now because he might not follow me later.
Huh.
Right up until the end of your introduction, I thought you were going Dave Grohl. I'm going Dave Grohl.
I thought a lot about
He's got
that,
the
bro.
likability. He's got musical credentials. He's got to be one of the most likable guys in entertainment industry in general, music particularly.
He's played a bunch of instruments.
Yeah, I think you'd like to see him there on the panel. I think he pairs nicely with Kanye.
I liked
on my
him.
team.
I'm too worried about the political controversy with him. That's why I stayed away. I don't want to lose my show halfway through the season because he said something offensive.
What does he say offensive?
He just attacked people who make music with computers.
He's one of those political activist
He walked
guys.
it back, though. He walked it back.
I don't feel like he'd want to be in this show. I think he'd feel like he's sold out. I think he'd feel like Cobain would be disappointed in him.
Now, I think the Foo Fighters are far enough along down the path.
Off the sell-out path?
Didn't they just did
Idol's not going to look too crazy. Yeah,
they
they play the Grammys. They've had 500 Grammys where I think when you've collected that many, the sellout thing kind of
I like the
disappears.
Grohl pick.
And they show up to get them, too. They don't, they pick up their Grammys. They don't just say, I've got enough Grammys, I don't need this anymore.
Kanye and Dave Grohl. I like that first, too.
All right.
I don't think they'd like each other.
Bunsen, you got another one.
Yeah, this is a big pick
We got
right
a snake.
here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, this works with my Dave Grohl pivot. Here's somebody to butt up against Dave Grohl. Here's somebody to occupy the still fallow Paula Abdul slot. The crazy person, the unhinged person, the person who might have a history of substance abuse. A person who Dave Grohl doesn't get along with. And, I don't know how she's going to react with Kanye West, but we're going to take Courtney Love.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
No.
She was on my
wow.
list.
I thought about her too, but I think that she's even more irrelevant than Elton John for today's tweens. Like, I think the last
So
time...
is your strategy in trying to bring in the tweens to pick Oprah Winfrey?
And Prince?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know what my next pick is.
It's got to be Justin Bieber. You're
Yeah,
really
Miley
putting yourself in a
Cyrus,
corner.
yeah.
All right, you got to do
Really
another
back to
shot.
some of
All right,
Hold on, I'm up. You don't get to jump my pick.
no, I was gonna talk more about his pick, but that's okay.
Go ahead.
I thought you were making a pick. I was concerned.
No, do you think that Dave Grohl that people under the age of 30 listen to the Foo Fighters?
Absolutely. Teenagers love
I
the
don't
Foo
know
Fighters.
about
I don't know
Yeah.
anybody who listens to the Foo
I don't know
Fighters.
anyone who
I don't know. They have
either.
their albums are bestsellers.
Oh,
they
I
win the
know.
Grammys.
Yeah,
They're all over the MTV.
There are a lot of 33-year-old dudes.
Here's why I steered away from Courtney. I think HD is not a friend for certain people. And if you've had just a massive amount of plastic surgery, at some point you can pass the point of no return in HD. And you don't want to distract from the show. And I think anytime she's on TV, people are just going to be like, oh my God, what happened to her? And that can go to a dark place pretty fast. That's my one reservation.
And if I have to worry about the composition of my team, it's that the Kanye Courtney 1-2 punch might be a little unstable. Especially when you throw in the volatility of Dave Grohl and their history together.
Yeah,
But if we're going for watchability, those are all pluses.
You need like
the whole thing might come
J-Lo
apart.
in there.
They might have to cancel the show in the middle of the season, but it's going to be an entertaining first 7 or 8 weeks.
All right. So I'm up on the clock now, and I know Kang has his eye on a female third cast member. He's got to round out his team. He's very concerned I'm going to take a certain person, but I'm not. I know who he's going to take with his next pick. I don't care. I'm going to go off the board a little bit here. I'm going to go with a coach. I'm making a coach pick.
Oh.
Oh, God. It's like taking a kicker in the 4th round of
Nah.
a football thing.
I'm doing it because I know I can get who I want coming back around.
Okay, good.
Because I know who Kang's going to pick, and I know who you're going to pick with your next two.
Well, I don't, so that's fair.
I need a coach. I want somebody with a lot of musical gravitas, somebody who's crazy, somebody who's old, a little senior citizen-y, but yet kind of a little Mr. Miyagi. Somebody who's not opposed to maybe driving his car in a telephone pole during the season, getting the show a lot of attention because he took out his Mercedes.
Okay.
Somebody who's historically underrated, I feel like, as an artist.
Is this a telephone pole in Eastern Long Island?
Somebody who could maybe get on the piano.
Oh,
With one, I guess, actually, no. Let me show you how to do
I
it.
thought you were going somewhere else. Here.
No,
Oh, no, I know
somebody,
where you're going.
Somebody who does not like Chuck
Is
Klosterman.
he a downtown guy kind of guy?
Somebody who's had a lot of ups and downs over the years, Mr. Billy Joel, and he's gonna be my coach. What do you think of that?
I'm sorry, I slept through that entire thing. 'Cause I knew you were going Billy Joel, and it's just such a boring down the middle of the road pick. Like,
Oh, okay. Let's see who your coach is. Let's see who your coach
You'll
is.
find out who my coach is in 3 rounds when we
All
start
right.
drafting coaches.
All right,
I'm
so-
drafting judges now.
I'll take one of the.
Yeah, you picked Billy Joel, and I have to go through my memory and convince myself he hasn't already been a guest judge 4 seasons ago.
What do you associate Billy Joel with?
I don't know.
Like,
being one of the most successful pop artists of all time.
What
and
about
one
his
of
personality?
the 2
Billy
best piano
Joel
acts
is
ever.
blank.
Billy Joel is like one of the best interviews on the planet. Have you ever seen a Billy Joel interview?
No, because he's
unbelievably candid. He's not. He's unbelievably candid.
If he was so unbelievably candid, I would have been able to make it through 30 seconds of him talking, which I've never done.
With
in my
what?
life.
You can't. Did you see the documentary about him at Shea
No,
Stadium? He's
no.
good in that.
No
Billy Joel's
interest.
good.
It's not interesting.
Billy Joel's very interesting.
All right.
More interesting than freaking Elton John.
Elton John is very interesting.
That was that.
I don't
I feel
know
like
if
Billy
Elton
Joel's
John-
the better version of the Elton John pick.
Kang, you're up.
All
I don't
right.
love either of them.
Go ahead, dude.
I'm
Take
gonna-
the pick I know you're
I'm
going
going
to
to pick the first person under the age of 40, I think, that's
Yeah.
selected in this draft. And
Has there ever been an Idol judge under 40? This is a
well,
question.
look, I mean,
J-Lo's 25.
this person had a massive year a couple years ago. Has been a little bit more quiet because her personal life has been
I'm just
falling
writing it
apart a little bit. I think that she can have a lot of different appeals to the Idol viewing public, and for the most part, I think that she really is like the goddess of the tween girl population. And I am picking Miss Katy Perry.
Yeah. I was going to do it, but I knew you'd be ruined for the draft. If
I had a
took it.
backup.
You had a backup?
Yeah.
My thing with Katy Perry is it might be over.
Well,
You-
that's why
you
she
might-
should do Idol.
You might be catching her like
You think?
a football running back the year after they ran. It's like Chris Johnson right now. Could be a Chris
She's
Johnson.
in her
thing.
peak. She might be just unattainable in that she's doing pretty well
She's
right
blue
now. She
hair
might
right
not
now.
be quite ready for the table.
Blue hair right now.
Steven Tyler and Jennifer Lopez aren't exactly at the peak of their musical careers either.
No.
Then perhaps that's why we're replacing them.
But how long has Katy Perry been famous? Like for 2 years? 3 years?
4 years. Kiss
4
the Girl
years?
came out a while ago.
Yeah, she's had one album.
She's doing pretty well. I'm just not as much as the stigma has been mostly removed from the judges' table on these shows now with Christina Aguilera and whoever.
True.
She might not be quite ready. All those people who have taken those things have needed
That's
the boost. J-Lo needed it. J-Lo's career was in the crapper. Christina was not doing so hot.
I'm not against
It's
the
a
pick.
turnaround.
She plus she'll
But I think she's a good pick, and
like
quality reasons.
well, just like I find myself while watching The Voice just completely staring in on any sort of cleavage that Christina Aguilera shows, and it's not even like
It's not a
this is
sexual thing.
Yeah, it's not a sexual thing. It's just that like
the eye is drawn.
yeah, and the producers, or maybe she decides to do it. She clearly decides to just like increasingly show more cleavage every single week, to the point where there's just like at some
Last
point they're
week she
just
was
gonna fall
topless.
out.
Listeners
Yeah.
just missed a great hand gesture on
Yeah.
behalf of Jay Kang.
It's kind of like the shining two watermelons gently hand gesture.
Katy Perry, I think, could bring all of that, and actually in her one stint as
bring
an
all that
idol,
cleavage?
yeah.
You can bring all that to the table.
She definitely can.
In her one idol appearance as a guest judge, which she was great. She was very, very mean and fought with Cara DiGuardi. She did the same thing. It was just like
She was great when she
Yeah.
was on before.
She was really good.
She
You're
was
right.
good.
My fear with her is that it seems like she's going off the deep end a little bit. Well, actually, maybe that'd be good for the show.
It might be good for the show.
But who is she flirting with out of Oprah and Prince?
That's
Maybe
a good
she and Prince
question.
can re.
Ryan Seacrest.
I might need a
I
number
forgot.
4. I may need a number 4.
She and Prince can recreate the bathe yourself in Lake Minnetonka scene.
Oh wait, I just thought of something. All right.
All right, Jacoby, you're up. I like the Katy Perry pick. I almost took her, but I'm going to be happy with the one I have.
All right. Right now I've got Madonna. I've got Elton John. No one at this table can disagree with those people being luminaries, very opinionated, with big personalities. Now I need a little scotch for my soda. You know, I need something that's going to just tilt this whole thing off and just get the ingredient just right. The last ingredient I have is someone who, the most popular musician recording music right now. If everyone knows this person, everyone's familiar with this person, big personality, and a complete weirdo. Anything can happen. This person can wear, say, or do anything. And none of you even know who I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, I add to Madonna and Elton John a man who's been famous since he was 10 years old, Lil Wayne.
Ooh.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
That's the worst
That
thing
is the J. Kang laugh of condescension.
Laugh all you want. Laugh all you want.
He's brought the draft to a halt with
That's
his
the
laugh.
same laugh you do for JaVale McGee YouTube clips. That is Madonna LJ.
Madonna, Elton John, Lil Wayne. See, this is something. This is a response. This is what you need. You want a response from the people.
Oh man, that's a terrible team. All right, you got one more pick.
Oh, I do have another pick.
Yeah.
Well, perfect.
I'm
gonna take
almost like a mulligan.
I've got a sideline reporter here. Now, after the sideline reporter is there to do interviews with the artists when they walk off the stage.
So this is your wild card pick.
Yeah, this is my wild card slot. And can't you just imagine Madonna and Elton John just got into a little they almost came to blows over whether or not this person should stay on the show, and Lil Wayne chimed in with a mumble or two about yes or no, and then Lil Wayne says, "All right, let's catch up with her backstage. Over to you, Weird Al Yankovic." I mean, come on.
You really got off the rails here.
Oh my god.
I thought we were taking this seriously.
I am. Weird Al Yankovic. He's been recording #1 tracks since longer than every single contestant's been alive.
He is an amazingly accomplished musician. He plays all the instruments.
Yes, that's what's
exactly.
important.
He's a great interview.
That's what's important.
Wears all his own Hawaiian shirts.
Yes. It was a great interview. I love my team.
If this were a fantasy draft, I'd be making sure we had your money.
Look,
We have $150, right?
If this was an auction draft, you would have
your
bet
teams.
$150 on that pick.
Oof.
All right.
You know, Weird Al Yankovic is a dad at my daughter's school. I think he's available.
Have you said hello to him?
I haven't.
What do you call him? Al?
Him and Scott Bakula.
Do you know what to call him? Mr. Yankovic?
Mr. Yank.
Yankee?
You just call him Al.
Al?
Yeah. Jay Kang on the clock.
Oh,
He
man.
picked
All right.
Oprah, Prince, and Katy Perry.
All right, so that it is true that Katy needs somebody to flirt with,
I'm calling this team Lack of Sexual Attention.
especially since Katy Perry is recently single.
Yep.
And I wanted to bring in somebody who would make their sexual chemistry a little bit weird,
I hope you know her.
while also being one of the biggest recording artists today and a verified musical genius. So
Mr.
I'm having...
Go?
Huh?
Mr. 2 Year Go?
I know where he's going here.
This man is known by one letter and one name,
Mr. 2 Year Go?
Mr. R. Kelly.
Yes! Oh! It's Mr. 2 Year Go!
That is an amazing
Kelly-
value pick this late in the
R.
draft.
Kelly
That's a really
It's
strong
next
pick.
on my list, yeah.
R.
That's a
Kelly,
strong
Katy
one.
Perry, sexual tension would be amazing. I don't know if R. Kelly is sane enough to have sexual tension with Katy Perry.
Is he
but-
allowed on television?
Is he allowed
know.
within 100 yards of
Yeah.
people under
American
17?
Idol contestants?
Are we allowed to make all the jokes that are coming into our minds right now?
Wow, listen, those are real
Yeah,
jokes.
it's a legitimate thing.
Sure.
R. Kelly is, from an unintentional comedy standpoint, is about as good as you're going to do
Yeah,
in any
he
slot.
would be totally nuts. So,
Oprah, Prince, Katy Perry, and R. Kelly. So you went 4-man judge.
4-judge panel.
Here's, I have a point, a serious point. Just like Prince, I can't think of anything that R. Kelly has said in an interview setting, like as himself.
You should read the court documents.
He did Trapped in a Closet, though, or whatever that was
Yeah,
called.
he's a great musician at recording things, but I'm worried about your team's lack of
Yeah,
personality.
I see a lot of silences with those four.
Prince and R. Kelly. I just can't think of them as talkers.
He
And I
does
just
have
wanna remind
Oprah,
you-
who is the great facilitator.
Look,
That's
I
true.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you. I hadn't even thought of that.
But when when you've got Weird Al Yankovic and Madonna sharing the stage, you don't have that problem.
All right, for my third pick, I need a female. I knew she was going to be here. She's somebody we already know is good on the show because she's been a judge on the show and is right now. Oh yeah,
You're bringing her back?
Jennifer Lopez.
Uh,
I like J-Lo. Who doesn't like J-Lo?
That's a
She
steal.
looks awesome in HD.
Steal.
I like her opinion. She's become the den mother of the show. It's not her fault she's on a bad team.
Yeah.
She's like one of those basketball players who's on the crappy team and she's putting up big stats and everyone's like, hey, your team's losing. Oh no. She's a winner. She's going to be on my team. And best of all, the Jamie Foxx, put her right between Jamie Foxx and JT. Be a lot of flirting. Almost like a little love triangle. Maybe a little
yeah.
Star Magazine, National Enquirer, as J-Lo, whatever. She's single. Oh yeah. Fox, JT, J-Lo. I've just brought the show back. I saved it.
Yeah, great job.
Thanks.
The tabloid thing would be real.
Yeah.
Like, they would run with that love triangle thing.
Fox and JT, they'd be a little testy with each other. And yeah. Lisanti on the board for 2.
I've already replaced the Paula Abdul slot. Now I'm going to replace a slot of somebody currently on the show. Guy who's proven himself fairly useless over the past 10 years, but has held on to his job. because he's somewhat likable, but, he's not stepped up and taken over the critical responsibilities of a judge. And so he's out. Randy Jackson out.
Thank God.
I'm going to the four judge configuration here.
Ooh.
My final judge, taking the Randy Jackson slot. Suge Knight.
Oh, he was on my list.
Solid.
He was really on your list?
Yeah, he was on my list. I'll show you after.
We need somebody who's not afraid to speak his mind, who's not afraid to back it up with
That's a good pick.
violence.
He's
if
going to be my
necessary.
wild card pick.
Not afraid of
Good
nuclear
pick.
holocaust, not afraid of cancer, not afraid of fear.
Imagine him holding a contestant by his ankle off a balcony, at the Hollywood Renaissance
great
Hotel.
pick.
I actually think
The panel needs an enforcer. It needs somebody who's afraid of nothing.
Yeah.
Somebody
great
who
pick.
also to keep Kanye in line.
Oh, that'd be-
Maybe tell Courtney Love to shut up when
It's a great
when
pick.
she's running off at her on a
great.
All right.
Clonopin jag.
Courtney Love would punch him in the face at least once throughout the season.
Oh yeah, you're going real dark, real sort of heavy and dark with this, huh? Like Courtney Love and Suge Knight on the same panel.
Yeah, that is a dark panel.
Yeah.
I don't like your
That's
team
why.
chemistry.
That's why I got. I think that
Like a
Grohl
lot
and
of bad
Kanye lighten
things
it
have
up.
happened.
I think he went 4 judges because he knew that all
I
4
think-
of them wouldn't make it through the season
I
alive.
think that's half dark, half fun. Like that's a fun panel with Kanye and Dave Grohl.
Yeah, Barrel
They're
Ash,
your
Kanye
energy
West.
guys.
Is Dave Grohl is like your funny, lighthearted guy.
Yeah, he's funny.
Right.
He brings it.
All right.
Do you have
You have
another pick now?
Yeah,
have one
now
more.
I guess I've got it on the snake. Coming back around. I have to go to a coach. Not a guy necessarily with a musical background, although, well, he does have a musical background. Not a musician himself, has often worked with musicians. Kind of made his way in Hollywood. Started on the music video route. Graduated to making terrible movies. Was going to be this year's Oscar producer.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Got in a little bit of trouble. Got thrown off.
This is the coach?
This is a coach.
really?
This is going to be a coach.
Oh, God.
Mr. Brett Ratner.
Wow.
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 I mean,
What are you doing?
this could probably...
Why did you do that?
How many rounds would it go before you drafted Brett Ratner, J. Kang?
I don't
He
think
was
that
taking
there's
the next.
enough.
Probably 3,000,
I would put myself on the show before.
Yeah, I
put
think I
Brett
would be
Ratner
around
on
my
the show.
6,700th pick before I got to Brett
Look,
Ratner.
I'm just building my most interesting show here.
I would probably
This is
draft
a show I would
Bruce Ratner
watch the
first.
hell out of.
Here's the thing: if Brett Ratner walked into this room, I wouldn't know who he was. Like I know him by name, I would not have any idea who he was, though. If he walked into this room,
I would take Bruce Ratner over Brett Ratner. For sure.
Would you take Brett Butler over Brett Ratner?
Billy Butler.
They're close to each other.
All right.
He could get in a little trouble. You know,
What do
he's
you think
coaching.
about
He's
the Brett
coaching
Ratner
young
pick, Bill?
girls.
Okay, you can't take that pick back.
I'm not taking it back. I'm proud of that pick. I stand behind that pick.
I think
He's
I'm winning
Mr.
the draft.
Hollywood.
I think I just won the draft.
You think you win every draft?
This one I feel pretty good about, and you're going to be personally upset with this next pick. That
Right.
you didn't think of them.
You're not taking Redman, so that's fine.
I need a fourth person. I wasn't totally good with the 4-judge panel, but I really like this one.
You've got 4 people. Oh, Billy.
I have 3.
Okay.
I need a little bit of an older guy, a little quirky. You're not sure what he's going to do and say each episode. He's a guy who's been on the BS Report before. He was fantastic. Very opinionated.
I know where
Funny.
you're going.
Contemporary. He plays for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Still a relevant band. Flea. He's my
I
fourth
was
judge.
sure you were going to say Chad Smith.
So I'm going with Fox, JT, J-Lo, and then Flea. And I think Flea will actually be the best of the 4. I think he'll have the best musical opinions of the 4 people.
Flea quits in the 3rd week, I'll tell you what.
That's fine. That's good for my ratings.
Well,
Good.
I
I'm
don't know
glad.
if
You've got
that's
a buffer
good.
when you
Good.
pick a 4-judge panel.
Yeah.
You've got the buffer for somebody quitting. You can go on
That's
with 3.
fine.
It's like an airplane that loses an engine. You can still land it.
I have another wrinkle for you because we said we'd come up with wrinkles as we do this. I'm not going to necessarily say every week that I have my 4. I'm going to go 3 most weeks. Only bring out the 4 for the huge weeks. Tell people like, hey, JT, you don't have to be on every week. I just want you for like 2/3 of the week. Same for you, Jamie Foxx. I know you're busy. You're making bad movies. probably making some bad albums. I don't need you all the time. I need you for the tail end. I need you for the auditions and all that. So we go 3. We have the capacity to go 3 or 4.
Will there be some
That's a killer
sort of? Can Weird Al Yankovic, the sideline interview you about your decision before every show?
Sure,
So
absolutely.
like you'd be like the star producer. Be like,
He's
so
gonna
Bill,
interview-
who are you going with this week?
He's going to interview Brett Ratner, because after the Santis team gets kicked out, I'm going to have him. So, all right, Jay, you're up.
All right, this is a new role that I was envisioning. I always find myself fast forwarding through the introductions before the show, and I think that they need a recognizable face before their performance when they go home or they're talking to their parents and stuff. I think instead of just having that, they should show somebody interviewing that person, and so you just have another face to sort of go with those video segments. And the person that I chose for that role is America's sweetheart, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh.
What?
Wow.
Doubles up the Katy Perry role.
I'll tell you, that's a
truly
pretty interesting
terrible
pick. No, women
How
hate
is that
her.
a terrible pick?
Wait.
She's
Wait,
so
wait.
far below the threshold of acceptable fame for the show at this point.
No
women hate
way.
her. Women like
Yeah, she's
Let me
so
say
far
this.
below.
women instinctively hate her. It's a nice
Okay,
pick.
wait,
Men over the-
so
men-
far below the acceptable fame guy just picked Brett Ratner. okay. Dude, you just picked Brett Ratner, and when you were telling
He's one
him,
of Hollywood's most successful directors.
sure. So successfully got kicked off.
Every
This
guy
is
over the age of
awesome.
27 would tune
His
in
last movie didn't do so
for
well.
Jennifer Love Hewitt, I think.
Does Jennifer Love Hewitt have any fans under the
she's-
age of 33?
No, but she's very weirdly...
To use a Jay Kangism?
She's really weirdly famous, I think. More than anyone else on that show from
She's-
Party of Five.
here's
She's
the
by
thing,
far the
She
most
just did that
famous.
Lifetime Madam.
She's famous because she has a brand new show that gets promoted every single year. Because all the shows sync. That's why she's famous, because she's on a billboard every year in a
Yeah, but
different
why does
character.
she keep getting shows?
I have no idea. That's not my job. My job is to hire Weird Al Yankovic as a sideline reporter.
All right,
Okay.
you're up, Jacoby.
All right. I just want to list the 3 people that were chosen in this round before I'm about to make my selection. Brett Ratner, a man by the name of Flea, and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Flea was a good pick.
So, as one of my coaches, this person is going to take a young man or woman, budding star, under their wing and shape them into an artist. This man goes by the name of The Boss, Bruce Springsteen.
No, not feasible.
Not feasible.
What are you talking
Put it
about?
out. No.
What are you talking
Shut
about?
down.
No way.
Well, Madonna's doing it, but Bruce Springsteen's not
No.
doing it?
Yeah,
No.
might do it.
No.
Madonna's
Kanye's
feasible.
doing it, but Bruce Springsteen's not doing it?
Springsteen's not doing it.
Oprah's signing up for this,
Oprah
and Bruce
could do it.
Springsteen's
It's
not doing
feasible.
it.
Oprah's not doing anything right
I'm not
now.
having
This
this.
basically represents everything Bruce Springsteen is against.
Yeah.
He's not going to be
Yeah.
down for this.
Can I imitate Bruce
Shut
Springsteen
down.
getting the call? I don't think it would be fair that people who work in the factories and make songs about factories. And for the factory workers, I can't do this. That's what he would say. That was actually an impersonation of Adam Carolla's impersonation.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I
before
feel like
somewhere.
he just hangs up without saying anything.
Now, he gets very upset.
All right, well, another person's very upset at me right now because Oprah will do American Idol, but Bruce Springsteen won't. Fine. Good thing I've got a list of about 45 people here to back me up. Coach, this person comes in, and this is going to be the strangest type of image consultant you've ever heard of. One of the greatest recording artists that has ever recorded art. A blind man named Stevie Wonder.
What is his job?
He's a
gonna
coach?
He's a coach.
be? Oh, interesting.
So he's got the whole, I can't
he coached
see
before?
you
He has
thing
coached.
going on.
He has coached before.
Yeah,
That's
I'm bringing
pretty
him
good.
back. That's
He's
good.
not a bad... He hasn't been a bad coach.
No. I'd much rather have
Hard
Brett
to argue
Ratner. I'd
with
much
Stevie
rather have Brett
Wonder.
Ratner. You're right. Yeah. No, we got Jennifer Love Hewitt. It's great. Yeah, we'll
She's
take her
just
over
doing,
Stevie Wonder.
She's doing
Yeah.
2 interviews a show.
Okay. All
So
right.
he's your coach.
Do people have any idea how many music videos Brett Ratner has directed?
don't
He could
care.
steer them on the image side, teach them how to get famous on very little talent.
All right, you have last pick, a wild card pick.
Oh, that's right. I've got my last pick too.
Wait, no, we're going around, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Wild card pick.
I'm gonna have this person on my team. Honestly, they're a utility player. They could be a judge. They could replace Ryan Seacrest as the host. They could be a coach. But here's one thing I know: if this person's on my team, people are going to watch the show and they're going to enjoy it. The most entertaining man, in my opinion, in the entertainment industry, Christopher Rock. I just want him around. I don't know what I'm going to have him do. Maybe if Weird Al gets sick, then he's the sideline guy. Maybe I'll throw him in the hosting role once in a while.
Yeah, like replace Seacrest.
Yeah, I would have him replace Seacrest. Yeah, I would. I mean, I just want him on my team. Chris Rock is. It's probably less feasible that he would do this than Bruce Springsteen, but no one gets all up in arms about this.
I wanted to throw in feasible, but then I felt bad.
Yeah, Chris Rock.
Yeah, I think he would consider it. He'd consider it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't hang up on you.
That's a great pick.
So Jacoby's final team. Your judges are Madonna, Elton John, and Lil Wayne.
Win.
Your sideline reporter is Weird Al Yankovic, who, by the way, already accepted. He just texted me.
Huge win.
He's like, hey, I heard your dad. Stevie Wonder's your coach.
Genius.
And then Chris Rock is your utility guy.
We should just end it right now. I've got Chris Rock, Lil Wayne, and Elton John.
All right, let's do Kang's team.
All right. My last pick is going to be my coach. I think that this person could bring the crazy from time to time, but since it's all recorded, the coach segments, it would be more controlled. I think arguably the second greatest rock singer the last 30 years or so, behind Freddie Mercury. And definitely an icon, but maybe not one that can reach the younger kids right now. Mr. Axl Rose.
Whoa!
Whoa! I thought you were going Mick Jagger there.
Wow.
Axl Rose, he can't even coach himself.
All Idol shows will begin at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Sorry, we didn't have a show again this week. Axl's not around. That's pretty interesting. I think you need a second coach for all the times he doesn't show up.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd have to. Well, I guess you're covered with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Late round
She's
steal.
available.
Wow.
What was
Kang
Jennifer Love Hewitt's role again?
She's during those boring segments where they're meeting their families and stuff like that. She like interviews them instead of just having them talk.
Like a field reporter.
Kang didn't take a reliable person out of his six. Oprah, Prince, Katy Perry, R. Kelly, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Axl Rose.
How is Oprah not reliable?
Oprah and Jennifer Love Hewitt are showing
Jennifer
up.
Love Hewitt is showing up every day.
Oh, she probably is. You're right.
She's a pro.
All right. My last pick, wild card pick. This is somebody that I want to be the coach with Billy Joel and maybe be the only coach the days that something weird happens with him. And also somebody that I envision a new role as kind of a sideline reporter type, how they have with Dancing with the Stars, Samantha whatever her name.
Okay.
Just a really good-looking woman who's dressed up, talking to the people. You just feel good. She makes you feel gooey inside. She's attractive. Why are you laughing?
Nothing, just go.
Yeah, she's just one of those
This
people.
person might be on my list, actually.
You just feel warm. You don't want to, like, you're not thinking dirty thoughts about her, but you'd think, like, I'd want to marry this person. And if in another lifetime, I'd feel comfortable spending the next 60 years. Miss Shania Twain.
Ooh.
Oh, that was not the person.
Yeah.
Shania Twain.
She's beautiful.
She was great.
She was great when she was on Idol.
She was great.
She was great.
And she's like in her late 40s now, and she still looks like
she's very
some weird...
cougary. Yeah, she looks awesome. She's really attractive. In fact, I mentioned like 4 or 5 times during the show how great she looked, and my wife got mad. So why don't you marry her? Give me one of those.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good sign.
But also knew I was 100% justified. But there's something warm about her. I just feel like I liked when she was on the show. I was actually hoping she was going to get the J-Lo spot.
She's good at encouragement.
Yeah.
But so is J-Lo.
She'd be a good coach. So I have her as coach, sideline reporter, maybe grab the people off the stage after.
All right, so
my final team is I have Fox, JT, J-Lo, and Flea as the 4 judges, but I'm not going 4 every round. Could be someday 3, you never know. Then I have Billy Joel as my coach, and then Shania Twain as the other coach / sideline reporter. It's pretty strong.
It's strong for like people over the age of 35.
I'm feeling pretty good about it. JT, I think, will get people under 35.
Yeah,
where's all the youth on your team, Kang?
Yeah.
You've got Oprah, Prince,
Oprah is
R.
timeless.
Kelly, Jennifer Love Hewitt,
That's been his
Axl
go-to
Rose.
criticism of everybody else.
Yeah. Oh,
and then he picks the people who would most appeal to your average selection of housewives, except for R. Kelly.
That's true.
Lisanti is your last pick. You don't have a coach, I don't think, or do you? Is Ratner your coach?
Ratner was a coach.
Oh, so
Ratner was a coach.
So you still have a wild card spot.
Yeah, I think I have to go wild card to finish it up.
Yep. Right now you have Kanye, Dave Grohl, Courtney Love, Suge Knight, and Brett Ratner.
I feel like I need a glue pick at the end here.
I think you do.
You've got the rap party I want to
Save
be at,
that.
though. That's for sure.
It's the best dinner party ever.
Yeah.
All right, I need a little bit of glue, an anchor man, somebody likable, somebody reliable, somebody everybody could get behind, someone who probably would never do it, but still might be feasible. Someone who's got a show who's coming back this week. Someone who's a big sports fan.
Oh.
Someone who's a comedy fan.
Jay Moore.
Jay Moore. Mr. John Hamm.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
Interesting.
That's the true definition of a wild card. I don't know what we're going to do. He's just going to be, general host. He's
You
going
could just dress him like Don Draper.
He'll just be
He could
hanging
do
out.
Don Draper things.
He'll just be
Pretty
hanging
interesting.
out.
He would probably be doing
He'll just
John
be there
Draper
to,
things with Courtney Love.
All right, so America, we're going to put this on our Facebook page, and you can vote. Lisanti's team is Kanye, Grohl, Courtney Love, Suge Knight, Ratner, and John Hamm. Ratner is the coach. John Hamm is the wild card. Suge Knight, he's a judge.
He's a judge.
I like the Suge Knight pick. I
That's a
thought that
good
was
call.
good. I have Fox, JT, J-Lo, and Flea as judges. Billy Joel and Shania Twain as coaches, and she's also like my pseudo sideline reporter, just looking good judge. Kang has Oprah, Prince, Katy Perry, R. Kelly, J-Love, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Axl Rose. And then
I like
Jacoby.
the Axel.
Jacoby's team, I don't know what team you were picking. I guess we'll say it was for American
I'm
Idol.
looking at
Did
them
we
all right
tell
now.
him
It's
what
the best
show we
team.
were doing this
What
for?
show is
I
this?
have the
Started?
best team
Is this
here.
for X Factor?
Look, I know you guys trying to be funny, but I have the best team.
Madonna, Elton John, Lil Wayne, Weird Al Yankovic, Stevie Wonder, and Chris Rock.
Definitely an America's Got Talent kind of roster.
Yeah.
All right. And can I just point out one person on each of your teams? You know who's not on the show?
Come on.
Flea's not on the show. Brett Ratner's not on the show, and neither is Jennifer Love Hewitt. Top to bottom, I've got the best roster.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you mean that we wouldn't make your roster?
Yeah, you would never be on my
So
roster.
you're saying that Jennifer Love Hewitt would be bound?
I think it's safe to say that none of us could have possibly come up with your roster.
Yeah.
Can we talk about people
If we
had on
did
our
the
list?
Diamond Mine 1000 simulated
yeah.
drafts,
Quick
none of us
honorable
would ever
mentions.
recreate
Yeah,
Jacoby's
honorable
roster.
mentions.
Let's just go in a circle for honorable mentions.
Okay.
You can start, Jacoby. Just one, and then I'll say one.
Denzel Washington.
Oh, why didn't you go with that over Weird
that
Al?
would've been cool.
I've got Weird Al, you know?
We would have probably shot that one down.
Yeah,
The
he
thing with
wouldn't have
Denzel is you could have had him be evil Denzel one
That's how
week,
he
and
was
then
evil
cool
Denzel.
Denzel next week,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Inspirational
Gabe
Denzel.
Ashing Fear of AIDS Denzel the next week from Philadelphia.
Give a 17-year-old PCP.
Yeah. My toughest omission, I think he'd actually be really good on this show in some capacity. Adam Lambert.
Is he famous enough?
Well, with that show he is. Anybody
That's
who watches
true.
that show knows who he is.
That's
And I actually think he has a good personality, good singer. Like I think he'd be a good coach. I don't know if he'd be a good judge. I think he'd be a good coach. What do you think, Lisanti? No?
He'd be all right.
All right. You're up. Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. I wanted to figure out a way to squeeze Jack White in there.
Oh.
He'd never do it, but to me, he'd be the idol version of what Ben Folds turned into on that the NBC
Sing off.
sing-off, who was actually turned into like a great, thoughtful, judge. Yeah, he was actually really interesting. He actually had a lot of technical knowledge and was critical when he needed to be. He was entertaining. I feel like Jack White might be a little bit on the weirder end of the scale.
Now, do you feel the
Plus, I
same
just
way?
want Jack White around in anything that involves music.
Billy
Throw him
Corgan,
in
I
there.
think,
He
would
could
have
make.
been.
He's the guy who could make something different out of Idol. He could somehow pull it together.
Billy Corgan, I thought, had the same
I
kind
had
of weird.
Corgan on my list
I-
also, but I couldn't go
he's
there
played
after
every
Dave
instrument.
Grohl and
Yeah.
Courtney Love.
Yeah.
Well, and also he's weird
Too much
looking and
90s
not
grind.
famous anymore.
He actually was just last week saying that he would be okay with having some role on Idol.
Who did?
Billy Corgan did.
Oh,
Kang, who else did you have?
This was actually just a straight up play for sex and the youth of America. The person I wanted to put on was Kesha.
This one is going to sound funny when it comes out of my mouth, but I want you to close your eyes and imagine the things that would come out of his mouth after he heard a performance.
Don't say Chris Brown.
I will not. This guy would be great because he'd be mean and he'd be honest and everyone would hate him.
Jay Kang?
I thought of that one too.
He couldn't bring in the tweens.
Oh, please.
Larry David.
Oh. He'd be so uncomfortable.
It'd be so much fun.
Do you think that he could get off of it? Do you think he could like get his jokes off though, and like his meanness off? Like,
We all
in that
agreed.
setting?
We all agreed that Bill Clinton would be the best Steven Tyler City
for sure.
He wouldn't do
There's
it.
no question about it.
So, what if Alec Baldwin was dressed up as Tony Bennett? And he was one of the judges, but he was Tony Bennett the whole time. It was a whole
I'd watch
performance.
that.
It was performance art the entire time.
I'm kind of shocked nobody took Mick Jagger.
Oh, he's on.
Was
my
he on
list.
all our list? He was on
Yeah,
my
he was
list.
on everyone's
I didn't have
list.
Mick Jagger.
You just can't have him next to Elton and Madonna. It's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Actually, wouldn't Keith Richards be better?
No.
I don't think he
Keith
can.
Ri- you read
I don't
Keith
think he can
Richards'
speak
book?
He could fill the
coherently.
Paula Abdul slot.
Did you read his book?
No.
He's like really thoughtful. I liked his book.
I'm always weird. I always feel like those guys didn't write their own books.
I have a random guy who isn't famous enough, but I think he'd be awesome as a judge. The guy from Train. I heard the guy from Train at Howard Stern once, and he was like one
Don't
of the
they
best.
play on The Bachelor?
Well,
Aren't they the Bachelor house band?
So he has reality
They
experience.
also played the LA.
Available for any
They
reality
played
show.
the LA Food and Wine Festival to like to 2,000 women over the age of 45.
Any Howard
years old.
Stern fan will back me up. Stern did an interview with him, which is one of the best interviews I've ever heard on the Stern Show. That's why they'd be a good judge. I don't know if he has the name recognition, considering all of you laughs.
Considering we can't come up with his name.
He's the guy from Train.
Hey, guy from Train. What'd you think about that performance?
Let's go to guy from Train.
I have a name, Ryan.
Would you be for or against Adam Duritz?
Against.
You have a weird fascination with that guy.
Well, I think he'd really be tortured by it emotionally. He'd get the ladies. He'd end up dating one of the contestants. He would have dated Shannon McGrain or whatever her name was. Is she old enough?
She's 16.
No.
Who's 18 who he could have dated on this year's show?
Are any of them left?
They're all like 16
Jessica
or
Sanchez?
27. I think Jessica Sanchez 17.
I think she's like 17.
Who else? Who was your wackiest pick
Erica
that
Van
you
Pelt?
secretly would have liked?
No, I threw mine out there. R. Kelly.
Oh, you actually did it.
Yeah.
How about Steve Van Zandt?
Oh.
No. Is he playing Sylvia or not?
He's become Silvio at this
Yeah,
point. Have you
that's-
seen? There's that whole thing.
I enjoy his serious channel.
How about Jewel?
Jewel is on The Voice. She's not good.
Oh, she's on The Voice?
Yeah, she's on there from time to time. She's not doing well.
How about Seal?
Post divorce?
Post divorce is solid. I thought about him.
As a coach?
I thought about him. I've got some names to throw out there.
Let's hear it.
Wyclef Jean.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I think he'd be good for TV. This is a guy, a personal favorite of mine that no one else in the whole world seems to enjoy as much as I do. Kid Rock. I think he'd be good. He's good. He could be mean. He could be hip hop. He could be country. He's got a lot of range.
You know what? Even though I've disliked every pick you've made today,
Yeah.
I really like the Kid Rock.
I like Kid
Kid
Rock a
Rock would
lot.
be good on the show.
Your throwaway picks are way better than your actual picks.
Yeah.
Look,
It's too bad he didn't get a
Were you
do-over.
overthinking it?
Look,
Kid
my
Rock was
picks-
your
I
best
stand
pick.
by my picks.
I would let you
Kid
sub
Rock
Kid
is-
Rock for any pick
Kid
you
Rock is
made.
a
I
good
take
I
him
would
over
not
anyone you
sub-
pick.
Just so you can get 2 Facebook votes.
No, Facebook. Look, I got Lil Wayne on my team.
All right.
You don't
Right.
even, nobody
You're gonna-
on your teams even have
Just
a Facebook.
the bars
page.
are all going to be like this. There's going to be 3 bars here in the Facebook vote, and then Jacoby's bar is going to be all the way back here.
Yeah,
Just telling you.
that's fine.
No one threw
Kid
out
Rock
Adele.
was a good one.
No one threw out Adele. I thought that might be
Unfeasible.
I think
Yeah,
we all don't
unfeasible.
want her to do it. Yeah, I think that's
She's
what
the
it
most
is.
famous musical
And
actor.
she's
in my
kind of-
opinion.
feasible just
she's
by
kind of
virtue
boring.
of being.
We nobody threw out P.
Singer,
Diddy
they
either.
sing
Why
a
do we
song
think he wouldn't do
Oh
it?
yeah,
Oh.
good call.
I
Yeah,
thought
that
for
would've
sure
been
he was
good.
going to
Would've
go.
been
Yeah, that's too legitimate.
Would've
Why
been
didn't we
great.
think of it? It's right down the
Jacoby,
middle.
which one of your picks do you want to throw back and take P. Diddy?
I don't want to throw back any of my picks.
You know what?
I'm in the trenches with Weird Al.
Why don't we have a 5th team of leftovers of P. Diddy, Kid Rock?
I think I got
Mick
Wyclef
Jagger?
on there, Denzel.
What female?
Wyclef should be on.
Oh,
I
Mariah?
had Sade, but I've never heard
Mariah.
her speak.
Another one I was surprised by.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
Lady Gaga is still available.
Yeah.
Nobody likes her.
Really? Nobody likes Lady Gaga?
She's talking about the Twitter thing. Doesn't she have the most
She's annoying.
Twitter followers?
How about
I-
Ozzy?
I kind of love
How
Lady
about
Gaga.
Ozzy as the incomprehensible judge?
He's almost
Listen to
too
the Lady
impressive.
Gaga Howard Stern interview.
How about Lionel Richie?
I
As
have
a
him on my
coach?
list.
He
I
always
feel like
coaches.
been
He's
a
never
coach.
good.
Yeah.
I had Jennifer Aniston as a
All right,
judge.
the guy from Train.
How about Skrillex?
Ooh.
House DJ.
I don't know. But can he?
Can you really go in
Can
and out
he
of
talk?
break with that
Isn't
music?
isn't he 16 years old?
Skrillex
Eddie
is
Murphy?
pretty
How come no one
exciting.
didn't win Eddie Murphy?
Because he hasn't been funny for 15 years.
Oh, okay.
He stopped. How about Phil Collins?
I love Phil Collins. Bjork, sideline reporter. No, I like Bjork.
What about The Rock?
I'm in on The Rock.
I don't know what he'd do. But it's just fun to have that dude around.
I bet
Plus
The
he has
Rock.
the live experience.
I bet The Rock could. I bet he
Chris,
could judge.
any wrestler would be good at this because they're so used
Maybe
to
The
being on
Rock is
TV.
the warm-up guy.
We gonna wrap it up.
Gets
Who is the token? So the fan vote will be P. Diddy, Kid Rock, Mariah, Seal.
Seal's pretty good.
Seal is coach.
No Jagger?
Jagger? Yeah, let's put Jagger. So Jagger is the 4. Seal is coach.
Drake. I want to throw Drake out there too.
I don't think it's feasible.
Okay. He's
Do
popular.
you think he's like too
popular with
successful?
the-
He's
with
like
the young
Jay-Z. He
folks.
doesn't need it.
We shouldn't be planning this so that the Castaway team wins.
Yeah, screw it.
Yeah, that team is so much better
Wait,
than any of our
hurt your
teams.
feelings? Who cares if the Castaway team wins? Seriously.
I care.
Okay.
Why are we setting something up so that we lose?
It's a good point. All right. So once again, the final teams: Lisanti, Kanye, Grohl, Love, Suge, Ratner, John Hamm.
Courtney, not Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
Courtney Love.
Simmons, Fox, JT, Joel, J-Lo, Flea, Shania Twain. Kang, Oprah, Prince, Perry, Kelly, J-Love, Axel, Jacoby, Madonna, Elton, Lil Wayne, Yankovic, Wonder, Chris Rock.
I don't know why I'm taking so much flag.
There's a Lil Wayne Yankovic
Madonna
back to
and
back.
Chris Rock.
It was
Lil Wayne.
It was the last 4 picks.
Other than that, very solid team.
All right, I'll take Chris Rock. Enjoy,
That's it for the
enjoy
BS
October.
support. Check out Grantland.com. I think we might run the transcript for this if we can find an intern on the planet who will type it. Probably not, and we will check you out later this week. I think we're going to do fantasy baseball with Matt Berry and a couple other things coming up. Until then.
So I get to sign off. Whoa!
Thank you for downloading the BS Report with Bill Simmons.
Too much fun.
Check out more podcasts at the iTunes Music Store or at Podcenter at espnradio.com.
Peace out.
The BS report is over, so you'll have to find some other way to occupy your time. Perhaps our good friend Blake Griffin has a suggestion. What do you say, Blake?
Chow down with the Italian collection at Subway.
Of course, a fantastico idea. Like the irresistible Italian BMT, Modulicious Meatball Marinara Melt, or the, help me out here, Blake.
The chicken pizziola melt.
Perfecto. Hurry into Subway for a taste of the Italian collection today.
Subway. Eat fresh.